strike. You won't see me coming. You won't see me coming. Till I strike.
Hey everybody, and welcome to the UAK podcast. I am back this week, and here as always is the AG Corner, NesmudKipZ, and the Sly Dragon 93. Sadly, Z-Star Games is not in our podcast this week again, as he's still recovering. So we all wish him a speedy recovery and hope to see him back soon. Today's topic comes from a question we got through Twitter. Dylan, at FuntimeNoob, asked us, do us guys want anime becoming mainstream? Excellent question there, and thanks for sending us the question. And if you would like to send us a question, you can do so by sending us a tweet at United_anime, or as a comment under this video if you are listening to this on YouTube. This question was brought up last week by Giguk as well, and so I think it's the perfect time to discuss this topic. So, who would like to go first? No one? No one at all?
I'm not sure.
I
Ben, do you
choose
wanna kick
Tash. I choose Tash.
Does anyone else second that?
Yep.
off? I don't mind.
I am third it as well.
Can't third it.
And forfeit.
Okay, I don't mind.
Go.
So, anime is... Sorry, could you repeat the main topic again?
Bloody
Do you
hell.
want
Great start.
anime to
Great
become
start.
mainstream? Do you like mainstream music? Do you
Oh,
like
right, that.
TV mainstream?
Yes, let me just get to it. Well, after, like, what I've just experienced recently, I really don't, because the fandom can get pretty unreasonably... I don't know how to put it.
When we say recently, we mean a minute ago.
Exactly.
Yeah, but we don't
We
really
kind
want
of
to
got
get
the
into that.
gist of
Yeah,
what
but
it
it's
would be like if anime were to be mainstream. There would be a lot more random people that wouldn't know what they're talking about, and certain people that would just take it too far than what it is, you know, especially if you joke around a bit. And so I have a feeling there are loads of pros and cons to this. And yes, we'll get more Blu-rays and DVDs, and it'll get more exposure, then we'd have more expos, which would be fantastic. But I just feel like the anime community as it is already fun as it is already. I mean, I don't really feel like there's a real big need to get it to be mainstream, because I feel like most people want to get it mainstream so they can just get the stuff. And I don't think people are considering what the mainstream will actually bring if they actually do get into it, because there'll be so many debates. It would just be annoying to the point where you'd want out. I mean, what about you, Jamie? I mean, how do you feel about it becoming mainstream?
Well. You see, right. If anime became mainstream, what would happen, right, would it change? That's the thing. Would anime change? Perhaps on the fan service, maybe that would be dulled down as such.
I suppose that would be
Yeah,
the
a
orchids
bit.
behind that. Because I don't think it
Not
would...
necessarily. I don't. No. Because fan service is used to get money's moolah, and if it's popular without fan service, say, because Attack on Titan, I don't think that's any fan service, is it? And that's really, really stupidly popular. Like, it just came out of nowhere. I didn't expect it to be this popular so fast. And they could probably use that as a basis on what the worldwide audience wants, rather than how to get the Japanese audience if they're getting money out of it. And perhaps we could see a change in anime as such, more stuff for the Western audience, such as Cowboy Bebop, like how that was derived because of the Western audience rather than the Japanese audience, which could be good and bad, because we might see less of other shows we like watching. But also, would you perhaps American companies could get involved, perhaps, and buy out some other Japanese companies, because they're obviously gonna have a lot more money than they do.
I'm suggesting they come up
So-
with stuff like Avatar, perhaps.
They
At Japanese anime influences of Western shows, perhaps,
see,
because that's where loads
don't
of
know
people
what
draw
to
the
do.
line today, saying that most people only consider anime to be made in Japan, essentially.
yeah, that I'd go with that. I wouldn't consider Avatar an anime. I would say it's done in an anime. It's in a style based on anime, sure, but like I can't just go out and write manga. I can write a comic because of how it was produced. Like manga is comic in a sense, but it's a different type of comic, and I think anime is cartoons. It's a different type of cartoons. It's just like you just got to look at it that way. People just get so butthurt that when you call anime cartoons, but it is really. It's what Japanese would call our cartoons anime. It's just a different. For us, it's a different type of cartoon, should we say?
It's just the translation, really.
most-
so.
Yeah, it's mostly perceived as like more mature. I think that's why people don't like using cartoons because all they get out of it is like something
And
made for
it's
kids
such a niche
or
thing
something
as well,
like.
and some people, the general stereotype that some people make out of anime is that it's hentai and all that, and so people don't want to be labelled by that.
All been there, especially like to try and look cool in front of friends. They're like, oh, isn't that hentai? Like, no. But then you get that one guy like, actually, I've watched the anime a bit. I like it. Or it's like Dragon Ball Z. But anyways, is anime? What would happen to anime mainstream? I can't see it getting worse in retrospect. I'll see. There'll be more stupid people, but then there'll be other people who actually appreciate
It'd
anime.
be harder to find those people.
No, I don't think it'll be hard to find. Because you got to look at it this way. Most people who be watching anime will probably be in their teens still.
Mm.
I don't think that'll change. I mean, obviously not just teens, but those teens probably be focused on what's main right now. Like, to go big three, shonen, what's actually made towards the.
So
that
are you
audience.
suggesting that the majority of the demographic would be teenagers that would make up the most?
I'd assume so, because you think about it, teenagers have more time than adults. You know, well, it's a general thing because they don't work, they have school, they watch more TV. But on the other hand, you look at like Game of Thrones or Breaking Bad or something. Not like everyone watches that. So it depends on what kind of show, I guess it is. I mean, I don't know if I can. It's hard to pinpoint one anime show that everyone
I feel
will
like
like.
the easiest
and tune into.
audience to really target first are the kids. To be honest.
Well, yeah, you can just go by anything, by how well a certain anime is doing. Like, you can just throw out One Piece, the most popular manga out there. Even though anime falls short on quite a lot in Japan, but manga always comes first. Now, One Piece has been going on for years, so obviously the younger people from years ago when it started are now older, but they still keep hold of it because, you know, it's nostalgic. It still hasn't finished yet. You know, you kind of want to know how it's going to finish. But then it's like a never-ending story. But then it drags more kids into it. So the kids are the main audience. I would see if anime becomes mainstream. But not kids. I wouldn't be able to say these kids. Teenagers, should I say? Us. Oh, half of us. Me and Caleb.
Yeah.
Forget about you, not. Yeah, I don't know. It's hard to say if anime does pick up. I think we're sort of not actually
I
answering
feel
the
like
question. Is anime gonna be
I think a major pro to this would be the fact that we'd have the younger generation to preserve anime, because we are getting older,
Yeah, but
and I don't hear about too many younger people at the moment getting into anime, like around 12.
I don't.
At the moment.
I don't associate myself with young boys. Tash.
I'm not trying to.
Okay. Anyways, no, but anime is in a direction of getting more mainstream over here. But because if you look at MCM Expo, for example, okay, that's not necessarily a great thing to base it on because it's not just anime and manga, but for the Comic Cons over here, it's basically the biggest one for anime and manga, and that's grown every expo. In fact, they are getting a bigger haul for this October one. So that shows you that it's become more popular. Not necessarily mainstream I don't know what. How would you count mainstream? I mean, I feel like the big three, well, maybe big two. I don't know about One Piece over here, are very mainstream. They have been on TV. Well, so is One Piece, but not done so well. But I just feel like you can sort of count it as mainstream already. We're already getting games for it. Well, we're getting games for all three of the big three actually. We got loads of Naruto games. We had loads of Dragon Ball Z games. So I think with stuff like that being produced and like say, that's the thing. If JoJo, the JoJo game, gets licensed over
That'd be
here,
the best. Please.
that's not the point. Then we can assume that anime has, it has some sort of voice over here because it's not just the big three. I mean, I keep saying that big three, but big three are most popular, so I've got to really say that. But JoJo's not that popular in all fairness. It's quite popular.
It is in Japan, but not anywhere outside Japan, really.
Yeah.
So,
So if you compare it, like if that gets licensed, then we can see it probably that sort of divergent way. But then again, if you look at Attack on Titan again, I think we mentioned this like 1 or 2 podcasts ago. It's already been licensed in US and over here, and that's just crazy. It hasn't even finished yet. Still 4 weeks. Yeah, 4 weeks today, I think. And if that shows you more popularity, there's a lot of demand for it, so they're snatching that license straight away, making sure they got it. And I just think, but what would happen if it gets made?
There's so many extents to how mainstream.
I just think I'm going off topic when I say this.
Can I give my 2 cents in? Because
no.
Alright, fine.
Go on then.
Alright, well, okay, so overall, when people say something like, oh, anime became mainstream, I look at something similar that happened a while ago.
I was
now,
just
if you take video
to
games,
say the same
for an
too.
example.
Yeah.
Yeah, were you thinking the same thing? Yeah, so if you look at video games, right, now, video games are pretty much mainstream now. They're talked about on every sort of news website. Every town pretty much has a game or a game station. Well, not really a game station anymore, but...
Not my town.
But yeah, well, most places you go, it's not. You don't have to go far to find a game. Pretty much every big
Blockbuster for me, actually.
supermarket smells games, and all that. So, there's an example of something that started small and then can make it mainstream. Now, if you ask me, the video games industry is in a complete and utter state at the moment because this is mainly journalists, to be honest. I know it's going off topic, but this is just something that could happen if anime were to get to the same level of mainstream as video games. Now, the problem with video games is that so many Western journalists are trying to change the way that Japanese games work. They're saying, okay, no, there's too much fan service. These games are sexist and this sort of stuff. I mean, that's another topic entirely. But the point is, I see a lot of people
nitpicking on the culture.
Yeah, nitpicking on the culture, and they just can't really understand that it is just a different culture. What's acceptable over there maybe isn't as acceptable over here, and that sort of thing. So, if anime were to get to that level of mainstream, I mean, it'd be great if we could have a specialised anime store in every bloody town. I mean, sure, great. But at the same time, we would, like you said, get a lot of idiots, which at the moment is just people on Facebook saying stupid messages, but they could get into positions where they have voices as journalists and stuff, and where actual content creators listen to what they have to say, and bad things happen. Now, I know with video games it's a lot worse because tons of video games come from the West as well, where they're much more inclined to listen to these sorts of journalists. But at the same time, these same journalists are trying to get Japanese games changed. So who says they can't do the same for anime if that were to happen? And if that were to happen, and if worst case scenario, the Japanese people would start listening to these idiot journalists who got into power, then I don't know, everything could go south. Let's just say. So yeah, that's really a worst case scenario sort of thing. But like you said, the upsides of having anime being sold at every place, manga being sold at every bookshop, that already happens pretty much now. But mainly anime being sold at various places. That would definitely be good. And if Japan would ignore idiots that got into power, if that were to happen, and just idiots in general, then it could be good, but it could be very, very bad as well. And, like what's happened to video games, which I'm not that interested in. So, I'm sort of on the fence with it, is whether or not it'd be a good thing or not. But yeah, that's pretty much what I have to say. Ben, do you have anything to add on that?
Like you said,
you have the same idea.
But I got another perspective of it. I agree with what you said. Like, I would like to see more shops, retail, whatever, selling these stuff which we like to buy, because at the moment we've only got HMV and obviously online. Now, going back to the video game topic, I would say around when the PS2 came in, around then, obviously video game became slightly mainstream. Even before that, actually, when a few years before that. But I would just say how popular the PS2 became. Everybody had it. I'm not saying everyone was a gamer, but it was like you had to have that games console over the GameCube or the Xbox at the time. But what really pushed it was obviously the Nintendo Wii. Everyone had a Wii after that came out, and obviously non-gamers started to play, and then obviously these types of people, which I don't like to call in, placing them. So you have your hardcore gamers, you have your day-to-day gamers, or depending, obviously hardcore gamer could mean anything. To me, I think I'm a hardcore gamer, even though I don't play every day. But to some people, hardcore gaming means you play on World of Warcraft every day and online gaming. And then obviously there's the casual gamers. Now, it's really sad because when the casual gamers came in, don't get me wrong, I love that a lot of people experienced gaming for a long time, but it also pushed it a bit too far that these people who have never played games before think they were the new it kind of thing. Now, I know I'm being a bit, discriminating on people here, but it's just like, to me, like, you could just imagine me with, when I was in primary school, for example, everyone in my class, out of everyone, there was only like 2 or 3 people, including myself, who played video games, and then
it was pretty
obviously
similar for me as well,
university
actually.
or college, university, everyone at least have played games in their life once, or even if they didn't own it or did own it, and they were like, "Oh, have you played this? And I was like, "Hold on a minute, why are you liking video games? That's my thing, It's like stealing something you like. Now, don't get me wrong, I like to share my passion to non-anime fans, like, oh, here, you got to try this, because they might like it, and good, they've discovered something new. But if you're talking about mainstream, like what Caleb just described, like the video game boom, then, shall we say, now just think about it. Everyone likes anime. It's not your thing anymore, everyone will like it, and it's not your private space, should I say. So you've lost something which you liked, now everyone likes, kind of thing. Yeah, and
sort of make
that's
you
not only
individual,
with video
I guess.
games. I know a lot of other stuff can associate with this topic, but that's why I would say no to mainstream with anime. I don't mind on how it is right now. Yes, we don't have that much releases over here and the US, you can argue, but think about it, 5 years ago, we have a hell of a lot more this right now, should I speak, than 5 years ago with releases, and it is growing, and it's going to steadily grow even more because there's more of a fan base out there, and I don't think it's going to be a mainstream hit like video gaming for a long time, and maybe not at all, ever. So I would like it to stay on where it's at, kind of thing. But like you said, Caleb, with more and more releases coming for our unique thing, which we are, our college geeks, nerds, whatever. But which we like anime, and for the others, just leave it alone. Because I would actually hate it if everybody just suddenly liked anime, like they did with video games, because that video games has technically lost its unique kind of thing, as you said. Well, that's my 2 cents anyway for that.
Yeah.
I wouldn't hate it until it became mainstream. What people talk about it is like,
I feel like it would be a bit more if it I'll be surprised, very surprised if it did become mainstream. But I reckon anime would be.
I wouldn't.
I can tell it would be shown well late at night, like how it is in America at the moment. And if we ask Japan to like take stuff out of it, I have a feeling they won't be that willing to actually go that extra mile. Because if you remember when Mag UK were trying to get One Piece, Toei Animation they were quite strict on what they wanted from Mag UK in the first place. And then they experimented.
It's not only with Toei, it's with a lot of companies, even with Studio Ghibli, you know.
I felt like Dragon Ball Z was quite experimental when they were releasing the Orange Bricks, so they would see how they would do with that, and if it succeeded, then we'd get One Piece, and luckily for us,
but the thing is, with Dragon Ball Z Orange Bricks, nothing was cut, really. It was just really badly... Yeah, it was just...
Except 20% of the picture.
It was just badly translated, or
I'm sorry,
HD, or whatever you want to call it, because it says HD on the DVD or something. You know, when... Back in the day when DVDs say highly transferred, yes, at the time, but it was just a very bad port of the episodes. But it wasn't cut, you know, don't get confused with that. But yeah, it was just a bad DVD.
I just feel like some people in the UK will complain to Ofcom about some of these animes if, let's say, they experimented with showing some around prime time, let's say. I reckon Fairy Tail would be perhaps the one they would pick, and then loads of people would nitpick over the fan service on there, and then I reckon that's perhaps like where companies like 4Kids would step in. But I have a feeling if we kind of got it like certainly like uncut, then there would be loads of complaints, and there would be some controversies and people saying how anime isn't really good for children, but that's a whole other topic, really.
Here's the thing: if anime was shown cut on prime time, then okay, that'd be great. Let's just say they cut Fairy Tail to the standards where it's okay to show on, say, Nicktoons or something, and the story's still cohesive enough. It's like, say, what Dragon Ball Kai is like on Kicks now. So let's just say it, you know, gets in there, the kids start to enjoy it. They announce that there's DVD releases, like Mag UK have already released it, let's say. So kids are like, alright, yeah, let's buy that. They buy it, and it's nothing like what they've seen on TV. There's boobs everywhere, people exploding, I don't know. But, you know, it's uncut, the point is. Now, would we then regress and start releasing DVD, like Funimation did back in the early 2000s in the US, and release cut versions,
that's too much,
as well as uncut versions?
I think you're looking at this the wrong way completely.
What did you say, Jamie?
I think you're all looking at this the wrong way completely.
Okay.
Animes don't need to be on TV to become mainstream.
That is true, to be fair.
And it doesn't need to cater to the really young. We're not talking about under 10-year-olds here. We're talking about like teens. Like I don't know if you noticed, but there's a thing called Spirited Away that that sort of won an Oscar
big, yeah.
But
in
that only
2003.
And
if that's not
the only
mainstream,
thing,
I don't know what is.
That just call it a film for now, because obviously it is a film, won an Oscar. I'm surprised a lot of people still haven't seen that who are film buffs, and I've actually done a review on this, like which would be coming soon because it's not out yet while recording this podcast. But going back to the point, I'm surprised that not a lot of people who actually watch films I know a lot of people who like to watch films which have won awards, which is fair enough. I'm not that mainstream, or I have to watch a film because it's won so-and-so award. But people saying, oh no, it's not a film, it's cartoon, it's animated, that just drives me up the wall, It's like, you just haven't given it a chance because you think it's Disney type, esque film. It's nothing like it. It's a masterpiece, like you said, but it's a shame. I wonder if another Studio Ghibli or another film from Japan would actually have a chance to win an Oscar.
Well, Howl's Moving Castle was nominated
after
for an Oscar as well.
One with Spirited Away, it was quite hard to top that, in my opinion.
Yeah, but just saying, I think if anime was to become mainstream over here, I don't know if TV would be the right direction. I think if you have to cater before 9 o'clock, that watershed.
So
I
what?
think it'd be silly if you
what-
to cater
yeah.
for it.
What would you
There's
suggest
not many
instead?
anime you put up there. The only anime you might laugh at, but there's only a few anime like K-On! Could possibly without you don't need to actually
No.
do anything to it because I'm pretty sure it's on Disney in Japan.
I'm actually.
I think it's on Disney.
Yeah,
It's
but-
it's
I'm
other
actually
few
quite
series
surprised
I don't
when
know
there's
what else
nothing
there is.
released on our kids slot on Sky or free. Well, free. It's just like
I'm pretty sure. Is it?
we have
You have
everything
Yu-Gi-Oh!
like
and
you
all
said
that.
on
People
Disney
still watch
or
that.
whatever. I don't know because I don't watch kids TV anymore. But we all know that
I
there's
haven't watched
Yu-Gi-Oh,
TV in
Digimon,
ages.
and Pokemon on there. But like with Toonami on in North America now with One Piece at 1 a.m. or whatever, I'm actually quite surprised that the UK hasn't had that yet. And yes, maybe it won't be well because it's a certain watershed, as you say, and maybe not a lot of people will watch it. But I am actually quite surprised nothing has actually come on TV since the shutdown of Anime Central all those years ago.
Well, if you want anime after Watershed after 9 o'clock, then you can. Forget
I
about
don't
anything
care what
shown
it
if
is.
you want
I'm just saying. I'm just
see.
surprised in
That's true,
general.
yeah.
That's nothing.
Because 9 o'clock, the majority of people who come back from work, and that's where you got to compete with such series. Well, depends what day it is. Like not only Breaking Bad, Game of Thrones, Walking Dead, Lost, whatever. Lost is finished now, but them sort of series. You also got to compete with stuff like X Factor and all that. A lot of it's on Saturday, so you got to think something really good. And I mean
Yeah.
that can almost basically cater to everyone.
Can I just give an
And that's-
example of this quickly?
Exactly.
Of
I'm
something?
about to say, is there an example of this? Because
Well, here's just something that sort of falls into that category. Now, there's a channel called Sci-Fi that we have.
Yes, we all have.
Have you guys heard of it? It's like spelled, yeah. Now, a while ago, I remember specifically they showed Evangelion. They had it on there. But it just sort of ended and we never heard anything of it again. Now, I think the only anime they ever have is, I remember about a year or two ago, they showed Akira on there, just played the movie. But that shows that they put a what's widely considered a really good anime on a relatively mainstream channel. I mean, I don't know about Sci-Fi, but I think you get it on Freeview. Do you get it on Freeview?
get what on preview?
Sci-Fi,
well,
the channel.
I have no idea.
I think you do because I see it quite a lot in most places. But that shows like they put Evangelion on there in a relatively good time slot. I think it was about 9-10 o'clock or something, and well, we didn't hear anything about it ever again. So what happened? I mean, I'll have to look up ratings and stuff for that, but
Well,
I don't know.
I didn't know such thing. I didn't know about who watches Sci-Fi channel. That's the thing. You put in the wrong channels.
yeah, I guess
You
it's just that
it's really hard to say how it will become mainstream because of advertisement and placement and all that, and you got to get good voice actors for the first place. You know, I mean,
Yeah.
I know they do. Like on Film 4, they put Studio Ghiblis in original Japanese sub. Which,
yeah. I mean, if
alright.
it's not a film, if it's a series, you can forget about having it
Yeah.
in Japanese as well. That's another thing. So you got to have a good dub.
Like, you just haven't got a good dub, and even if it's
The
a
only
film, I think
thing-
you should have a good dub because I don't think
the only,
you expect everyone to.
I was just saying
but-
about saying about Ghibli's on
Sometimes.
film 4, which is the only thing I'm glad which does happen to time. Obviously, it's quite of a shock when they announce it because we all hear it on forums and stuff like that. Like, oh great, they're showing these films on this month. I'm not too sure if they get well received, but they do. You do see people talk about it and want to watch the ones which they haven't watched. And Film 4 actually does a good job, as sometimes they do show it in dub, and then later on the following week they'll show it again, but this time in sub. Or even 1 o'clock, it'll be subtitled. And with most people, I'm not saying most, but a lot of people now these days do have a recording device, so it's not a problem. They don't have to stay up and watch it. Obviously, they can just record it. But I'm surprised Film 4 doesn't have any other anime which they could show. They've showed a few, like Paprika and stuff, but
Didn't Sky Movies just recently
yeah,
show
it's
Bleach
Sony channel, yeah.
as well?
Yeah.
Yeah, and they're going to do Berserk next week as well, actually. So.
Yeah.
that's
that's good,
showing
that's-
some sort of direction.
hmm
And also we got Anime Limited having their thing in Scotland showing Evangelion, Steins Gate movie, High Talented movie. All that in Glasgow. Lucky Scots.
I want to see the Steins Gate movie.
They got a Steins Gate movie in Glasgow. It's like,
Wait, when is that?
I don't know, a few weeks' time.
Oh, I'm doing it. I don't care anymore.
Going to Glasgow.
I'm just going to go to Glasgow because I need to see the
It's like
Steins Gate
marathon.
movie.
Just watch all the Evangelions, Steins Gate, and Hunt Hunter movie. I'll
Yeah.
find out now. Actually,
Wait, why are they getting the Hunt Hunter movie if no one's licensed it?
That's a good question.
Oh, maybe there's something in the works. But anyway,
Exposed.
that's on topic.
Wait.
Back on topic.
Wait. Oh, 18th between 18th and 20th of October.
That's a
So
weekend.
getting 1.0, 2.0, Hunter Hunter at Glasgow, Steins Gate. Yeah. Oh, but saying that. Wait. Oh no, yeah. No, okay, that's about it. I think all the Evangelions. Oh, and 3.0 UK
Yeah.
premiere.
Now, you
But
see,
yeah.
there's another example. Now, there are events going around like that, but that is just for
It's
pretty much
exclusive,
already anime
it's-
fans, really.
It's not really, yeah, because I
Yeah.
mean, you're not gonna. That's the thing. I know they do show the new Ghibli films in
Yeah, I
cinema.
was going to say, because I remember when Ponyo was in cinemas.
and the one after Ariete, whatever it's called, I think.
Was that in cinemas? I don't remember seeing that.
Yeah, it was because I remember, but it was very limited screenings. Like,
That'd be
not-
why. Ponyo was quite big, I remember. Because I know it was in definitely my.
yeah,
local
but I
cinema.
didn't like it. I was like, oh, okay.
I didn't see it, but you know, shows how good I am for contributing to the industry. But yeah, so yeah, I mean, obviously the Ghibli films do get in cinemas sometimes, but it stops there really. I know, like for example, I actually have friends.
Oh, really? You?
I always need to follow that on quicker than Jamie can say that, but I never can. No, but I have a friend who is a really big fan of all the Ghibli films. He has all the Ghibli films, but he's hardly touched any other anime. Tried to get him into One Piece, watched about 50
Ben.
episodes, dropped it, and that was it. It's not Ben. Anyway, yeah, but I had a friend who did that. So, you know, Ghibli films, in the same sort of vein as, say, Pokemon and how Yu-Gi-Oh! Was a little while back, they are anime, yeah, but do they really push people to try other anime, you know?
That's the thing, because I remember back in the day when Death Note was a big, huge thing. People just watched Death Note, and like Death Note, I was one of the people who watched Death Note from the start. Not from the start, sorry, from that explosion what happened.
Mhm.
And I continued with anime, whereas I know people, like at least 4 or 5 people who just literally watched it and watched anything else, anime-wise. It's just because, I was thinking, if anime gets mainstream, would it be certain series that will get mainstream rather than like the whole franchise itself?
Well, the whole, like... you
Like
know,
actually anime, like
just
say...
anime as a whole, yeah.
Say Attack on Titan, that's pretty big now. But say that gets, say it's like somehow boomed millions over here.
Mhm.
And say they wouldn't go on to check any more anime. They think, oh, that's pretty good. Because like if you, this is how I think it's how I think you should look anime as. Anime is a TV show. That's it.
Yeah.
Should it be looked upon as in, oh, if you like this anime, then you should watch more anime. Or it's like saying if you like this TV show, you should watch more TV shows. It's like
Mhm.
you should, it's sort of what you cater like. If it's like if you like the Game of Thrones, why not check out Fate Zero? Don't you actually look at any other anime? Just, you know. Or if you like, do I want to say it's The Walking Dead? Check out High School of Dead.
Oh my
that's-
god.
So
So,
you know, suggesting that perhaps it might not be for them anime in general, but there might like the one series which
So-
I think people has done.
so like, what
Like
you're
that
saying is-
Dexter, Dexter suggests Death Note, you know, stuff
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah, so what you're saying is like if so it'd be good if we can get anime to the mainstream by just treating them as TV shows. They just happen to be animated and from Japan, but they're TV shows.
I think it should be perceived as to begin with in Japan and everything. I mean,
Yeah.
It's there. It's TV. It's a show. It's a TV show.
Yeah, I mean,
Just
I
because
could see that working if people can get past the art style and all that. Then
It's like you can play about fan service, but let's be honest here. Lots of TV series have a lot of
Game of
sex
Thrones
scenes.
is a good example,
But
actually, from what
what
I've
is?
heard. Game of Thrones.
I want
Apparently
to
that's got a
watch
lot
it,
of-
but I haven't really
Yeah,
gone
apparently that's
to it
got a
yet.
lot of sort of.
Yeah, but the thing, because with fan service anime is they can make it so disproportionate,
ridiculous, yeah.
and that's probably the reason why. But I think people
See,
who
that
are
brings me
having a
back
go
to
on it
my-
are a bit stupid. Not
that-
stupid.
That
Bit
brings me back to my
different.
argument, though, about, say, journalists and stuff then complaining about this as it gets bigger and bigger. They're saying, look, okay, anime needs to cater to everyone, not just horny 20-year-olds.
Yeah, but it's
So-
like, okay, you don't need to be that big in all fairness, but it doesn't mean they can't be there. It's like kids need to fucking know about it one day or another. They've been
It's
sucking
true,
it
yeah.
off.
Yeah,
Since
no, but
they're
it's not the kids that are the problem here, though. It's generally just, I mean,
It's the adults perceiving.
yeah, it's generally adults who don't like it as well. I mean, I don't want to say the women don't like it, but women don't like it. You know what I'm saying? Because I mean, alright, free, but you don't see fan service for dudes, really, do you? Now,
Not really. Not
they
in
go on and
general.
argue about this, but then, like, those shows aren't really made for them in the first place. But then if they come on over here, then they're really trying to be aimed at everyone. So then it's just a really kind of confusing thing in terms of demographics and all that. So, you know, it just, what worries me, like I know I've said this, but just to sum it up, what worries me is if we were to get anime mainstream over here, is the fact that people would try to change it, and it could possibly work if it got that big, you know?
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's what I'm saying.
It's just that I don't know. It's just hard to say. It's like it's same with games. Like games, not everyone plays a load of games because they like one certain game. Like I don't play that many games.
Yeah,
I sit the games I like.
yeah. There's a bunch of people out there who just play FIFA and. I'm sorry,
FIFA.
Jamie. But alright, let's say Call of Duty instead. A bunch of people like that, you just buy Call of Duty and FIFA every year, and you know nothing else really.
FIFA and Pokemon, mate. What are you on about?
Well, yeah, alright. You're a little bit different because you played.
You got a bit of Nintendo inside you, and something else inside you. Well, hey, I just made a joke to myself. That's brilliant.
So there are people like that, and I mean, I guess you could say there are people like that with anime then, with the whole Death Note thing. But
I think that's why I'd prefer to just keep anime on DVD and Blu-rays over here.
Yeah, I mean,
Don't
I'm
mind
not
if
too-
they
I'm
show
not
the odd
fussed,
anime here and there on TV, but
I just don't see it will push anything. That's the thing now. Would it push anything? I mean, it needs to get out there, but is TV in the right direction? I feel I don't really know. I don't really look at how many people actually watch TV nowadays because I have a TV. I watch Sky Sports on it, and I watch Sky Sports on my computer most times now actually. I think the way to go is set up. Like I want them to set up like another some sort of neon alley. Like I participated in a Viz Media survey, and I put at the end of it, you should look into doing neon alley and in the UK, which I think is one way to go. But as far as advertisement and people's opinions on anime, that's another thing. It's like I can't see anime become mainstream because of what people think anime is.
I just thought something actually, right? So when you got people who watch TV shows, you've got people who just watch TV show because it's on TV because it's good, right? But then you've got other people who Ben called film buffs, right? Who go into film possibly other TV shows that have aired that are really good. Now, if you look up lists of like greatest TV shows, I'm going to take Doug Walker's top 11 favourite TV shows, for example. He actually put Cowboy Bebop on there, and I believe Wolf's Rain as well. So, like, a lot of the time when people say, "Oh, recommend me some great TV shows," or like the best TV shows that have ever aired, sometimes some anime will get in there. Generally, Western sort of stuff like Cowboy Bebop or Trigun or something like that. But at the same time, it is there, you know. So that's just some food for thought, really. I'm not quite sure what to make of it, but you know, generally, if people get into films and TV shows and they really like to look back and say, okay, what have been the best TV shows and what have been the best films that have ever come, they'll run into some anime along the way. But again, they don't go on to get into more anime because I don't really know. But you know, so yeah.
I just think it's hard to say about how I can't see it becoming mainstream. Really.
Yeah, I mean, you have to think though. I mean, I guess I'm sure 1985, people said the same thing about video games.
You know,
and it happened. But
out of all us four, I've been the one growing up before some of you were even born. And back
That's
when
true.
I was playing on the 8-bit and 16-bit, I never even dreamt that it would have been this big, this realistic, this mainstream. And before I knew it, during the PlayStation 1, PlayStation 2 era, and then obviously when the Wii kicked in, boom, everybody had one, and I was like, oh, you're a gamer, I didn't know that. Let's play something. Oh my god, you're not really good, aren't you?
Ew,
So,
you have a
you know,
JRPG? What is that?
And like you said,
I
like,
wanna play Wii Sports.
so what do you play? FIFA, cards, and then it's like, what's this? And then, oh wait, they're releasing another one next year? Oh, another one the following year? Another one of, not necessarily sport, because even I, believe it or not, Jamie, did actually buy FIFA back in the day, every year. But, with all these first-person shooters which became popular, obviously, and all, and this that space of time is unbelievable how big it got, and
Yeah. Now,
It just the one problem anime has though is that
Yeah.
where do people most watch it?
exactly,
They watch
exactly.
it illegally.
yeah, it's true.
So if everyone literally just go on Crunchyroll, don't even have to pay for it, because that'll show like the numbers there. It'll be like, oh, Crunchyroll surge of people because they all stop going illegally.
There is a good
People
point,
think
right?
just
One of the
getting DVDs
reasons.
just enough, really. So
Mhm.
Even like just your favorite show, buy a favorite show on DVD. It's fine.
There's
It's literally if you want. Okay, if Natty's favorite show, you're pretty fucked because it's still ongoing. But I don't know if you like something like Beatbop. Look, the Beatbop DVDs are coming out. They're like 20. Is it 25 quid or something? It's something
yeah, for the whole
like that.
series. Yeah.
Yeah, for on DVD. Unless you want Blu-ray, 50 quid.
There is
But
something
still.
right there, though. That is a reason why, Jamie, I think you can say I can't see anime become mainstream, because so many people right
Yeah.
now don't support the industry. People who consider themselves anime fans at the moment, the very core people, the people who, if anime were to become mainstream, would say I was there since the beginning, currently aren't supporting the industry. So there's a problem right
and
there.
even if they do say it, and if they say they buy the DVD, I mean, sure, that does help it, but not as much as if you were to watch it legally streamed, because, as Jamie pointed out, it's the numbers that count. If you get loads of those people that torrent the anime, then that watch it on Crunchyroll, then it really does show that there's interest in anime in the UK.
It's like you have a stream site or something, and it's shit quality. You can watch it free on Crunchyroll. Okay, you got to go through ads, but it'd be better quality, and it's important. It just shows numbers. It's like you don't need. I'm not saying you pay for Crunchyroll. You never. Was it 2 week?
2 week free trial.
Yeah, I got
As 2 weeks in HD,
Mhm.
and then you go back to your 480p. 480p is DVD quality. What's wrong with that?
Yeah.
And then even if you buy your favourite anime movies, like go every time. It's like £3 on DVD or something
I
ridiculous.
just find
like that.
it silly
Yeah.
though how some people say it's too expensive, and
Expensive.
I can kind of
Say you're
see
playing some online
why
game.
they would say that, in the sense because say if they've only watched a few animes and then they see it as a subscription model that you'll always be paying for watching stuff that they may or may not like. So they're taking that, from their perspective, I feel like they believe that they're taking that risk and they don't want to waste money on that just to prove point.
The hard part about buying something
Yeah.
is that knowing you like
Hmm.
it, which I think is hard with anime. I think, especially when there's no legally way to watch it first.
Yeah,
like
but
something
if-
like
Cause-
Lagoon or something like that.
That's
I don't
the
know. I
difference.
think it's easier for Americans actually to do
Yeah.
that because they got all different streaming sites. But it's hard to say. Like you can't. I suppose. Oh, what I did with Madoka, I just bought it because I know it's good.
And if you want to
Yeah, I
see
didn't-
something on
Yeah.
Crunchyroll, send us a question because we'll be giving some guest passes. So go typey that plug-in right there.
That plugin.
Yes,
No, that's what I call plugging 96.
Hashtag Crunchyroll. Put that
Yeah.
in your comments.
but
Yeah.
yeah,
Free
I agree with what you said, and
Maybe.
I
Anyway.
know a lot of. I'm not going to mention any names or anything, and sometimes the series is not on Crunchyroll, and the only way, like you said, Jamie, is to illegally stream it or download it. But there are a lot of people
But we don't do
people
that.
who do that and like the show. When it does finally come out on DVD or Blu-ray, they still don't buy it. That's what gets me up the wall. Like, if you like it so much, you've downloaded it. What? Why don't you buy the official product? It's just like, just don't keep it on your hard drive.
I mean, it's like they say, "Oh, I can't afford it." Well, you can't afford it. Don't watch
The
it.
best
You're not given
argument you could
that.
say is like, with One Piece, you can't watch it legally here. You have to illegally download it or stream it or whatever. And now it's finally come out on DVD here in the UK this year. People are calling them #1 fans of the anime and the manga and whatever. They collect the figures, and they still, haven't bought the DVDs yet. And most of us have been waiting years for it. Why can't you buy it from the beginning again? Yes, it's a long series, but if you like it that much, why don't you buy it?
Yeah. Alright, here's the saying. If you truly want to show that you're a fan, don't buy the figures. Buy the DVDs.
It's true because
There you go.
the figures, the people who buy figures from, they won't. Well, one, it's probably gonna be worldwide somewhere like on eBay. But But if it's from stalls, they won't show any figures. It won't show how great it is. Like
The figures
reason
won't show any
why
figures.
we got One Piece over here is because of the amount of stuff that Dragon Ball sold.
Yeah.
If Dragon Ball like flopped, I mean, which obviously it wouldn't because of nostalgia and childhood and whatnot. So
Even though I imported Dragon boxes, I did help with that because I bought the first orange brick. So there you go.
There's a fun fact for you guys. But like for me, I've got a lot of pre-order. I've got Back on the Galaxy Part 1 right there. I thought that's alright. I watched it somehow. Yeah, that's just, but I think it's easier for Americans to get hold of many legal streaming. They've got Funimation, Hulu, Neon Alley, obviously got Crunchyroll. They've got a bigger range for Crunchyroll actually, and they've got even Funimation's YouTube, and they've probably got other stuff I haven't mentioned. But for us, it's just Crunchyroll, restricted
Or
Crunchyroll,
anime on demand.
and anime on demand.
And
That's
No, everyone loves
Daisuke
anime
is
on
done
demand.
as well at the moment.
But Daisuke just,
Which
I
is a
don't know what
shame because you
Daisuke
can
had the-
watch Dragon Ball Z and Dragon Box quality.
Yeah, but you got like wait a week for every episode.
That's true.
It's going about it all wrong, but anime on demand's dead. I think. I mean, it has got shows on there, but you can watch legally, like Steins Gate, Devil Wonderland.
I did watch Steins Gate on there, but it was really bad.
You got to put up with it unless you want to buy the Blu-rays, of course.
I'm gonna buy the Blu-rays, definitely.
But Caleb, you watched the whole thing on there on anime on demand, didn't you?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I say bad subs. Well, if you're in bad subs, pay for something. You pay for what you get. Anime on demand's free. So, well, it says for a limited time. That's a lie. But yeah, I mean, you are literally paying for what you get. If you don't pay for it, you get some shit
There are
service.
some
shit.
There are some
fan
channels
subs.
on YouTube which you can
Blu-rays.
actually watch anime for free as well, legally.
Funimation's channel
Yeah.
lets you watch all of
And
Fullmetal
then-
Alchemist, so there you
We've
go.
also got Netflix over
Yeah,
here. as
Funimations
well,
are very
so-
restrictive now.
And you've got Love Film, and so I feel like those services could perhaps add some
yeah,
more anime,
yeah.
since I think quite a lot of people are starting to
Yeah.
adapt to those services.
I think Netflix has got Redline now, and
Oh
Spice
yeah,
and
that's
Wolf,
where I watched Redline actually. Netflix. It's really
and I
good.
believe it's got.
I feel like that's a great
Oh,
place to
definitely,
advertise anime, especially since people always, take a look at Love Film and Netflix, and then once they see it, they may give it a try, and they're not really paying anything more because they're already paying for the whole services for Netflix and Love Film. I feel like those kind of services is like the best chances to really get anime bigger than what it is right now. Because to be honest, the anime itself, it has to do all the freaking work really to get people interested, because people aren't
Try it out.
willing to like go the extra mile to look for it or get a link and then go on it. I mean, if you show it to their face whilst they're doing something like watching a film, love film, or
It's quite
Netflix,
funny
then,
they it's quite funny you mention that, because it's the other way around with you. Every time one of my friends watches something from Netflix, it updates on their Facebook. I don't know if any of you have seen that. It's saying currently watching this, and this, and I'm like, yeah, okay, that's good. You've probably seen it before, or you just want to watch it because it's funny. Hey, how about this? How about watching this film? I said, you definitely. I think Girl Leapt Through Time is on Netflix. Is it? Or I can't remember.
maybe.
I don't think it is. If
I'm
it is,
not too
actually
sure,
gonna
but
go
I
watch it since
remember
we're done,
I sent
because-
a link to one of my friends. Say, hey, watch this. This is awesome. And with me and Tash, I have to convince him to watch Dexter, which is a non-anime series. But yeah, it's quite funny. Like they will only search on the TV and film when there is clearly an anime section, but they wouldn't even dare to click it.
Yeah. So I think at the end of the day, right? So you've got, I was just thinking, so if you do support the anime industry like this, it is going to get bigger. But if we keep going at the moment, we're pretty much sustaining it. There are enough people who are buying anime to keep,
Keeping it
I think,
alive.
anime going here. Yeah, just keeping it at a steady pace, not really going anywhere. But we are getting new stuff coming out. But then new people will come into it and watch things like Attack on Titan. They watch on these illegal streaming sites, then they
The other
won't.
thing is, like, they get started
buy
on
the
those illegal
release.
streaming sites as well, and then they don't see the harm of doing it again and again.
Yeah, I'm
'cause
not
it's
gonna
easy for
gonna
them.
lie. I did.
I think
I got started in illegal
I
streaming
think
sites.
that's how like
Yeah,
everyone
I think
got
everyone-
started,
because
really.
I
on
remember
fan
when-
subs.
I was new to Crunchyroll, and Tash was like, hey, you can watch it here. I didn't even know Crunchyroll was a legal place to watch this thing at the start, And then when I realised, it was like, oh, you're paying for this? Oh, so you're paying and you're supporting it, because before I even heard of Crunchyroll, that's what I was doing. I was trying to find a website to find illegal streaming sites. But yeah, it's a shame that we don't have many more than just Crunchyroll here.
So we've gone way off onto a whole tangent about, talking about actually buying anime in the UK, but back on topic, does anyone else have anything else to say on actually anime becoming mainstream, how it become mainstream,
I just feel
all
like
that
the
sort of stuff?
internet perhaps is like the first step to just taking it. I mean, as Jamie mentioned, going on TV first is going to be a lot harder than promoting it through online. And since Netflix and the film are growing, that would be the best way to get some people to at least see it. And then we got Crunchyroll, Anime on Demand, and so already we got like 4 services there. And so I just feel like if we get more variations of those kind of stuff, people will accidentally walk upon it and then try it out.
In all fairness, I think I don't want to say it, but I think the government should be a bit more strict on illegal sites in general. I don't know.
They blocked the Pirate Bay, but no one's
Yeah.
realised.
It could backfire on us completely, because like I was about to say, in a perfect world, legal sites would outnumber the illegal sites. But then, if that were to happen and people would have to pay to actually see stuff, that could mean less people would get into anime, which could then in turn accidentally cause the downfall. Yeah, that's true actually. If we had a bunch of streaming sites that had a
Anime Advance free as well.
Yeah, that had a level where we could watch stuff there for free with ads, and then you can pay and watch stuff in HD no ads if you wanted to. If we had a bunch of sites like that would get lots of seasonal stuff, lots of the classic stuff, then I think we'd be good from there. Because
in all fairness, even I don't know where they do that, because I reckon the legal stream sites make money though still, but I'll say if they could somehow advertise Crunchyroll at least or something like that.
If they could advertise Crunchyroll on illegal streaming sites.
Advertise on the blooming billboard at the MCM at London Expo.
It's not well known. I mean, Daisuke was at Hyper Japan, but Daisuke, I'm not being funny, Daisuke's a bad service. I mean, you can use it because it's got like other stuff, but it's got most of the stuff it's got on there. Crunchyroll's got. I just don't understand. What are you trying to do?
Do you reckon like they should try?
So we need less Daisuke, some more
Crunchyrolls. Better at like the MCM Expo, since that's where the main.
I suppose so, it's bigger, but I don't know if they're going yet. I haven't heard of anything if they're going, and I think the people who they hired to work. I knew more about their site than they did. In all fairness. I just think. I don't know. It's like I think Crunchyroll needs, because Crunchyroll does a lot of things at American cons, but over here nothing.
True. Well, it is their main base, America's, of course.
I mean, I know a few ambassadors are in UK, but it's like they're just whatever reviewers or.
I think
whatever,
I remember Anime on Demand
cosplayers
trying to promote the streaming site for anime
there. They were expert.
But I felt like they weren't really that.
I thought they weren't actually promoting
just
it. It
giving
was
us
just still there with TV.
to say, check out the site and you'll get a pass.
I mean, Daisuke had like follow us on Twitter. We got a competition if you want to enter it, sort of thing. But it was false. It really was. It was literally like I went into Hyper Japan. First thing, this man was like, "Oh, do you want a free bag?" It's like a big, huge bag. Like, not really, but you're making me take it. Okay, I'll put it on the floor in a minute. No, I didn't put it on the floor. I got it home here, and they give you like a little postcard thing. What they got, and it's like, I know this.
I think had a thought
about
something. Go on, Jamie. Finish what you said.
Just thinking like, the guy didn't seem that convincing. He's like, oh, because I was wearing a One Piece t-shirt. Oh, we got One Piece. I'm like, yeah, I know. You also got Dragon Ball, Prince of Tennis, Midako Magica. I literally said that to him. He's like, yeah, we got Dragon Ball too. I was like, yeah, I said. Well, I didn't go. Yeah, I said that. I was like, yeah. I've been on it before. Yeah. And he still kept like giving me stuff like, don't need this stuff. I've been on your site. I follow you on Twitter. I entered your competition about 5,000 times and didn't win anything. Thanks for that.
Can I just say, so I had a quick thought. How would you feel if, say, Crunchyroll on certain shows would have adverts? For example, let's say you're watching Attack on Titan, at the end of the episode, you get an advert that says Attack on Titan coming soon to DVD.
They do that on the site as
what
well.
What if they have to do that?
Around
it depends, because it's
saying what's coming out on DVD.
It's true, and I know
They-
Crunchyroll has a store as well, but no one really cares. But if they were to put it actually
Very
on the
price.
actual videos, then
It
maybe.
depends, because like I think there will be some sort of licensing issues still. With and it's kind of weird, but I think they would have to get Manga UK involved, and they're not very friendly over here with the UK Crunchyroll. They're like, oh, we'll
Just give them the
I feel like it would be
scraps.
great to
Yeah.
see them advertise legal anime streaming sites on the DVD you get, like, because with Manga UK DVDs you always see the Manga UK logo come up like before you watch the anime. Perhaps they could do that with Anime on Demand and Crunchyroll, and perhaps like vice versa, as an advert within the disc or like a leaflet that you get within each box set you get, because.
Yeah, I think if you somehow start a partnership between, perhaps, I think Anime on Demand is dead now, so is Kaze over here. They're going after a few more
I feel like those
Um,
companies need to work together. You know, the
Oh,
DVD
Kaze died, you won't
distributors, and then the legal streaming.
Kaze are Anime on Demand. That's why Anime on Demand is dying, because Kaze is dying over here, because Kaze just overpriced everything. Apart from Code Yes, that's a good box set. But apart from that, Kaze done fantastically well in France, I may say, but over
Screwed
here,
up,
for some reason, it's fall down.
Bakuman, thanks for that.
Everyone screwed up Bakuman. No matter, Bakuman's a thing you cannot.
Bakuman
not
just
screw up.
keeps dying, and it's such a shame because I really want to buy it. And even though it's out, it's got like
Kaz-
worst subs in the world apparently. So
Kaze is
Like,
only
Batman gets
helping
really cheap
with the
when Kaze's
releases of
go out.
Bleach at the
Yeah.
moment and Berserk movies. I think maybe.
yeah.
And the rest of Persona and Tiger
Yeah.
and Bunny, which are finishing this week, I think. But I think, I don't know, because we got a new distributor, Anime Limited, and we
Ooh.
got MVM, yeah.
Yeah.
And MVM is very good. I think MVM are very underrated. The only problem I have with MVM is their box sets a bit shit. No fairness. But Blu-ray's not shit. You can't really go bad with Blu-ray because it's
The only thing we got
box.
from MBM is my NHK box set, but it's pretty good. I don't mind it. It was only
I don't
20
like
quid.
that big
so-
thick thing. Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
it's. I mean, they deliver fine. They got NHK, Shampoo, Trigon, Bakumonogatari. I'm just naming what I can see from my shelf. Kids on Soap, of course. They've got really good titles, underappreciated titles, I believe. In all fairness, I mean, getting Fate Zero, I don't think that's underappreciated, but perhaps underwatched, maybe not that underwatched, but compared to our main big things. But I just think MVM are really good, but they also license random shit. But so is Manga UK. Everyone licenses random shit. And the thing is, if you look at Funimation, they've done so many random animations they're not going to pick up.
And
Which I think
gone
is
even
a shame.
further, giving them dubs. That's the funniest thing.
Yeah. No, but I think it's like, perhaps if Funimation cut back on what they license, if they actually look at how good this anime is, and think, because I know Viz, because I said it before, but I did a Viz survey and they said, oh, what releases do you want that hasn't been licensed yet? And I put Hunter x Hunter, because that's what I think of. And so I'm guessing they go off by them as well. I mean, it's always good to have your interaction with your fans, put out a survey, you need to have a look. They're saying like, oh, how many cons do you attend, what DVDs you buy, what streaming do you go on, where do you buy your stuff from. And for me it's really hard because they list like Funimation, Hulu, Neon Alley, like, I don't have access to any of them. I just pick Crunchyroll. And it says Amazon.com or Amazon.ca, well it's actually Amazon.co.uk, but I put Amazon.com, and it's like, I want these services in US to come over here, and I think it's a shame because we're not a big enough country. If we had the same population as the USA, I can see it easily come over it, because it's not, if you, perhaps in percentage we have the same amount of popularity of anime, or roughly the same, but because the USA is like 5 times bigger than us, about 5 times big in population, that means our anime community is 5 times as small as theirs. And I don't think there's a big difference in proportion with anime fans over here and over there. It's just because it's a bigger country, there's more people to talk about it with. And I just think that's where we fall flat on, because we haven't got enough people. We haven't got enough people in the UK, so we've got too many people in the UK. That's a different topic, not even an anime topic. But it's just because of that, and I think they wouldn't bring it over here because how much profit would it produce? Probably not that much. Probably, if any. I don't know. I'm not a marketing guy. Don't look into this sort of stuff. But I guess that's why it's not come over here. Like Funimation. Funimation's got releases. Like Funimation did Hellsing Ultimate that I bought recently. But it just didn't seem like, because on the box sets they used to put Funimation on, but Manga UK is like, nah. I don't know if they do anymore. Not on a spine anymore, at least. And same with Viz Media, that they've gone flat out here. I mean, obviously they produce manga, but they used to be on the first Full Metal Alchemist cases. You saw Viz Media, and like you just don't see any. It was on the Death Note one, and actually it was on the Death Note box set. They had Viz Media.
Well,
No,
Viz have got Naruto and Bleach. That's
No.
pretty much that.
But not
Bleach
DVD.
did.
That's true, actually. Yeah. They
I'm
did.
talking about
Blu-ray
just
did,
DVD wise or
first
Blu-ray
couple
wise.
seasons, never Naruto.
No, okay. Yeah, I guess over here, I was thinking about America. It's just because I know they dubbed Naruto and Bleach, so it just sort of connected in my head. But oh well.
Just like, because Viz have Neo and LA, I think Neo and LA would be great over here. I don't understand, like, it's not that much hassle to set up over here. Like, rights and whatnot. I don't know. I haven't looked into figures. I don't know if his figures are out publicly. But I don't know, it's like, they've got all good stuff. They got K, AXA, well, they're good shows. They get him with Dogma Magica. I mean, it's already out on DVD and what. They got the Fate Zero. They get Magi, and it's all dubbed, so it's like it caters to anyone who can't be asked reading subtitles, which I feel like doing sometimes. And it's just nice to watch because it's on PS3. It's online now, and I think they're doing an app. I think it's coming out. Perhaps I'm not too sure. Don't quote me on that. But yeah, I think we need more services over here. It's a shame, but I don't know if it's just because money.
Well, we recently did get a Viz Media app, I think, over here, so we can buy a lot of manga.
Yeah, I looked at that and
legally.
thought. I literally thought about like this about 2 months ago. I was hyped for this, and now I'm like, I just really can't be reading these series. I can't be asked paying £1 whatever to read a series that I'm not actually interested in anymore. I mean, this is go against me because like, well, let's be honest. The sales latest chapters you got to read illegally. Now the Viz Media thing is not a week behind, but because we get it a week ahead, and translations over here, it's different. And plus, I've really fallen out. Like I've stopped reading Fairy Tail, but I'll read I'll watch Fairy Tail when it comes back out, whenever that will be. But I just really couldn't be asked. I mean, like, with One Piece, I think a lot of it's gone nowhere. Naruto, it's had my attention for a bit, and now it's like falling flat on its face. And I think about 2 months ago, when I was hyped for all these forces like Naruto, I was actually enjoying Naruto at one point, believe it or not. But if that came out then I'll definitely buy it, because like they got One Punch Man and Assassination Class. I don't know, they got Nisekoi, Assassination Classroom, all these sort of other titles. But now I'm like, I just can't be asked buying it. I downloaded the app. I looked through the free one they give you, because they give you a free issue with Toriyama's latest work they put in as a taster. It's a big issue. It's 300 odd pages, and that's great. But I just don't like the feel of it on my phone. It's like, I don't like it. I always buy manga. I always prefer buying manga than actually, even if it's free online, I still prefer buying it because it's just better. I think the same with reading books. I mean, books are a bit different because it's just text, and it's like you read text every day online. But I still like the feel of having a book in my hand. That's great. That's why I wait for the Deadman Wonderland manga to come out on February.
Oh, I'm definitely picking that up.
It's a long way. I could read all of it online right now, but like, I don't think I've ever said this in podcast. With the Full Metal Alchemist manga, I literally waited per volume to come out over here. I did not actually watch any, because what happened? The anime went further than the releases over here in the manga, and it really annoyed me. Because all this time I was in front of the anime as it was there, and with the actual manga coming out over here, and then like literally, I saw the ending a year after the anime
How
finished.
many volumes were they
I had
releasing per
so
year?
much. Not that much, about 2 or 3, I think.
Ouch.
I mean, I was a big fan. I thought no, because I started reading it this way, and I want to finish reading it this way. That's how I felt. So one way that's kind of cool, and it's just better. I literally spent 10 minutes reading it, fall out flat on it, and just literally. Then again, if it was an amazing volume, and I think I basically for every Formula Alchemist volume, I reread straight away. Especially if you've got Roy Mustang doing his shit, I'd reread that volume. Oh my goodness, I was like, I basically read it at least 5 or 6 times within that first week. And it's just, I don't know, I find it more gripping if I read it in the volume wise. I don't know how you got onto the topic actually.
Yeah, I was about to say, whoa!
All I did was like bring up that Viz
how I like
Media,
how I like
streaming
manga
app for people to get Weekly Shonen Jump digitally.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would be interested in
Even
that.
that
I
is-
reckon, if you know, because they're giving you like the whole Shonen Weekly magazine, so you get to see other series than just Naruto, Bleach, and One Piece. So I would be interested in picking that up.
All right. Anyway, that's still way off. But should we wrap it up here? Do you reckon, or do
I
we...
don't know, because I haven't been given an opinion. Let's go for a fun verdict each.
Yeah.
Right. Who wants to go first?
I will. Okay. If anime were to become mainstream, don't let the same thing happen to it that happened to video games. So don't let stupid people become journalists. Don't let them tell people in Japan to change anime. Don't let the people in Japan then listen to that and change anime into something that it wasn't to begin with. Also, please buy DVDs. Alright, that's good. Next one.
Okay, I want to go next just to add on to your points. I think if anime becomes like video games, I think that's a bad thing because there'll be really popular ones and there'll be really niche ones. All it become that to me it sounds like anime that it is now, but a bit of add numbers to each of the popularity. Like 1,000 people like Steins Gate, it'll be like 1 million people like Steins Gate, 1 million people like Attack on Titan, it'll be like 100 million like people like Attack on Titan. But it's like that, so I don't think it will be changed in that respect. But reviewers, you can't really do anything about because it's free speech on the internet. People review anime for free, don't to get paid, whatever, online on YouTube. I do think it will affect the anime that Japan will produce. Not necessarily to a large extent. I think a few companies will have their certain animes trying to target the Western audience, and I think that will have an influence. But I don't think it'll be a bad thing. I hope not. It'll probably reduce the fan service. So if you get another fan service, I don't really give a shit about fan service because I watch porn. No, but in a serious note, I don't think there would be a problem if it become mainstream. I think not too much will change. Some bits will change, obviously. I couldn't say for certain because perhaps companies buy out some animation companies and that could always flop. But it could stay generally the same, I think. And I think it'd be a good direction when people buy more DVDs and Blu-rays in general. Just buy more. Like, seriously, you do have the money. You just don't want to spend it. I get like that, but I spend other people's money, so it's fine. But yeah, I think it'll be in a good direction.
For me,
Yeah.
it would be for people that actually want it to become mainstream, actually be the change, do something about it. Instead of linking your friend to a torrent, link them to a link on Crunchyroll or Anime on Demand or point them towards Netflix or whatever. I mean, as long, even just by watching it for free on a legally streaming site, that really does help, and you're not putting any money whatsoever. And if you really like anime, then you would support it, so you would get more of it over here. And I think that's pretty much all I have to say on that. If you want anime to become big, then you've got to do something about it instead of just sitting there whining whilst you're torrenting it.
I agree with
You said
Caleb
it,
and
sister.
partially what Jamie said and what Tash said earlier. Well, I agree with
Agree with everyone
basically,
then.
I have
Agree
nothing
with
to
everyone.
add on what Caleb said and what Tash said earlier on. I don't really want to become that mainstream.
Okay.
Okay. Well, before we go, I want if anyone's listened to this, and if anyone's listened to all this way, I want you to put in the comments below hashtag
Yes.
get well soon, Lewis.
Yes. Guys, if you didn't hear Lewis, was he start games?
His organs got ripped out.
Yes.
He lost
it was a
his
shame.
tail.
Got his heart, his brain, and his tail.
Nah, but also he had his appendix taken out. Appendicitis sort of jumped on him. So if you want to go to his channel, say "get better, lol." Also, lol that you don't have an
Lol
appendix.
XD.
Lol XD. Then
And also,
go do that.
I said what you haven't got an appendix.
Yeah, do that. That really annoying. But no, he should be back next week, hopefully.
Yeah, because he's getting his other appendix out right now.
His other appendix.
I would like to
Yeah.
I would like to thank
that's
Dylan
why it's
at
this one.
Time Loop for asking that question, which we took over an hour to answer. Hope that hope
We didn't really
that
answer it all,
answered some
Vince.
of
Yeah.
the question you asked us. And if you have any questions, please send us our way on United_Anime on our Twitter or on the comments down below if you're watching / listening to this podcast on YouTube. Remember, you can listen to this podcast on iTunes as well. All the descriptions are in below. And yeah, great topic, I think, guys. Thanks for contributing. I've been BDT87.
Say. I've been the Nesmud Kippy one.
I've been the Sly Dragon before.
Have you? Okay.
Jamie, do you want to go ahead and list all the usernames you've ever been?
I've been... No, I won't say that because I want to keep my
I'm
identity.
also Aaron
Oh, that's a
Yeager.
good point. Oh no, I wonder if anyone will get that.
I am the hero YouTube needs.
He's the
but-
AG Corner.
Shit, I don't know the rest. I'm the edgy corner, the best out of everyone here, who everyone loves, who everyone wants, whoever tunes in to listen to is me, obviously, because everyone loves me.
And hope to see
hashtag I
Lewis
love
next
AG.
week. And that's goodbye from us. Bye!
And the game Marushi too. Bye.